Hello and welcome to our latest Loadstone update video. It's been a while since the last video, I know, but a lot of development has been taking place. And as you can probably see on the table, I now have a 5S for development. And that took a lot of code rewrites when I got that machine, because it had the newer OS and the new hardware. And I'd like to acknowledge all the donations that made that possible, and most of them were from my family members. In fact, if it weren't for them, this whole project would still be on the drawing board, so thank you, family members, and the occasional other donator. And in this video, I'm going to introduce the new layout of the navigation screen, which has changed a little bit. So I'll go over that from top to bottom. Before the phone times out.
Navigation.
Okay,
Heading.
so we have navigation at the top.
Actions. Button.
Actions is to the right of that heading, and I'll explain that button in a minute.
Repeat announcement.
Repeat
Button.
announcement.
GPS info. Button. Course and speed. Button.
I'll let the phone explain all the
Course.
buttons.
Position. Button. Show closest point. Button. Show neighborhood. Button. Show lock point. Dimmed. Show next checkpoint. Save current location. Button. Find point. Button. Where am I? Button. Selected. Navigation. Tab. 1 of 4.
Here are the 4 tabs as they were before.
Databases. Tab. 2 of 4.
And databases.
Extras. Tab. 3 of 4.
Extras.
Settings. Tab.
And
4 of
settings.
4.
And the first thing that people may remember from the other videos is that the tabs used to be, the third tab was called functions, and that has now been renamed to extras. That just made it a little more sensible. And the navigation screen has changed a little bit. The Where Am I function has been moved to the bottom because it was not an overly useful function in general life, so it moved down lower. And the next change is the closest point function.
Navigation.
Whoops,
Heading.
which I will find.
Repeat announcement. GP course and position. Show closest point. Button. Swipe up or down to select a custom action, then double tap to activate.
See, that one has actions, so if I press the button now,
Ash Street and 5th Avenue. 38 meters at 4 o'clock.
okay, that's our cursed point. That is the closest point in any direction. But if I swipe up,
Ahead.
we get ahead,
Left.
left,
Right.
and
Behind.
that will show the closest point in those given directions. And the next feature of the navigation screen I want to explain is the actions button up here.
Alert. Actions.
And this allows you to take other actions that are valid to this screen. So we have,
Last point. Button.
so that will let us take actions on the last point that was just shown to us by the closest point function.
Use checkpoints only. Button.
And that will basically disable databases and only use any checkpoints that may be active.
Start auto announce. Button.
And that will auto-announce any checkpoints that are currently in use.
Cancel. Button.
And we have cancel.
Start
So
auto.
I'll go
Use
up to the
checkpoint.
last point menu here.
Button. Last point. Alert. Ash Street and 5th Avenue.
Okay, so that was the name of the last point that was shown.
Check. Button.
So we can check that or uncheck it depending on its state.
Lock. Button.
Lock or unlock that.
Show neighborhood. Button.
Or show the neighborhood around that point. Or
Delete.
delete. Or cancel.
Button.
And if this was a point that I had entered myself, because it came from the OpenStreetMap, I believe, I could, there would be an update option on that screen. But let me go to show neighborhood
Delete.
on here,
Show
because that's another.
Button. Show neighborhood.
Show neighborhood.
Navigation. Back button.
Okay, so we can.
Neighborhood. Ash Street and 5th Avenue. 0 meters at 12 o'clock.
Okay,
Actions available.
so we have actions available for that. So the similar actions are available if I swipe up,
Lock.
lock or unlock,
Show neighborhood.
show neighborhood,
Delete.
delete.
Activate.
So
Default.
and activate, that will give, by default, you can either check or uncheck that from there. So let's back out of this function.
Navigation. Actions. Button.
So that's pretty much what has changed in this particular screen for the time being. And I'm going to do another video very shortly that will explain the other major changes in the other screens. So that's about it for this one.
So please get those donations in so that we can continue our development. Christy Cassie here, social media and website. Please, please, please donate. Thank you.
Very good, Christy.